Big Z Reviews. Yellowjackets is a new drama thriller from Showtime, I believe, that just finished its first season the other week. And I watched it all, and I absolutely loved it. It's a really great show that seems to be really original and different, and it's really good.
What does the person who sent these postcards want?
Obviously a threat.
Maybe somebody talked.
If someone's digging, we are off.
So the basic setup of this story is that there's this soccer team, high school soccer team, that is going to the state championships, and the one student is rich, so they charter a private plane to go, and on the way their plane crashes in the wilderness, far away from any sign of civilization, and they have to survive for like a year and a half or 2 years or something like that. And then that is happening, but then you also have all of the people, well, some of the people living like I think it's 25 years later, and like there's and that part of the story is that there's part of it is just them living their lives, but another part of it is one of the girls is running for like state senate or something like that. So a lot of people are talking about the whole Yellow Jacket thing, and like and maybe some people come up, and maybe there's something going on, like some people are being blackmailed, or then some maybe it's being murdered. There's a lot of shenanigans here, and I love both aspects, but it's so interesting because in the first episode they show you what it turns into in the past. Like they show a very weird and very ritualistic human sacrifice and cannibalism, and and it's like, how in the hell did he get to this? But then they don't say. Like they go to the beginning of them, practicing for soccer, before the trip, and then after the crash. It's very slow. You see everything that happens, and the whole time you're thinking, how did they get to what they showed in episode 1? And I that's like one of my favorite aspects of the show. But I mean, all of the actors are so good, But and there's so many of them too. Like there's some, like, the whole time you keep, it's like so watchable because you want to know how did they get there. And then for the modern day stuff, you don't know how many of them actually survived, but you really follow like 4 main girls or women now, and that's the one is Melanie Linksey as Shauna, and she's kind of like the housewife, and she's like, there's like her story is probably the least interesting of the modern day stories, but then it also provides some really interesting twists towards the end of the season. But like essentially, she's her marriage is kind of dead, and she finds out that her husband is cheating on her, so she decides to cheat with someone else. And then there's Tawny Cypress as Thaisa, and she's the one that's like running for state senator or whatever it is, like some more local thing. But she, like, that's like, there's a lot of weird stuff. Like she had, like, her and her wife have their son is really weird, and that's some of the creepiest stuff in the show is the son. And there's like he's seeing some woman outside in the tree, and like it's like talking to her, like, and the bad woman is like, so you don't know what's going on, like. And then there's Christina Ricci as Misty, and she is kind of like eccentric and kind of crazy, and she was like the manager for the team as when they were kids, and then now she is like a nursing home nurse assistant or whatever. And then there's Juliette Lewis as Natalie, and she has come out of rehab, and she was like one of the main, like the hunter or huntress back when they were in the wilderness, and her Christina and Richie are mainly together. Like they go on to investigate stuff because one person is commits suicide, but they think it's not suicide. So there's like a really interesting kind of investigation too. And like all the characters, their actors are so amazing, and like every single one. It's like almost too many of them to mention, but like the young version and the older versions are all great. But it's so interesting that there's stuff going on in when they're stranded, where there starts to be some mystical things, some maybe magical or some paranormal things start to happen, and it's like they flirt with it the whole season, and like because like the one girl is like can almost like see the future in her dreams, but then she's also almost like she's being possessed by something, and some of the other girls see and they find a cabin near where they crashed, and they find like a dead body in the attic, and it's like so there's stuff like is this guy haunting them, or it's like, and then there's more stuff like is like the woods, are they trapped there, or is something like I love that they flirt with it so much and they don't go fully into it. Like you keep waiting them to go fully into paranormal, but every time they start to, they kind of pull it back a little bit. Like there's so much the restraint that the show it has is masterful. Like the creators of it, they did such an interesting job. But like it was, I think anyone else would have gone full blown into the paranormal or the weird or like, but they do it. They it's like a slow burn, and I love how it works. And I mean, the only thing I don't love about the show, but I kind of love too, is that it does end in a little bit of a cliffhanger. So in both the past version and the present version, so you kind of they're definitely doing a season 2, and like I want to like I think at one point I would love that there's season 2, but at the other point I would love to have been contained. But I can't wait to see what they do with it in the season 2. So I'd probably give Yellowjackets a 9.5 out of 10, and I would highly recommend it. It's definitely worth a watch. But even if you just want to, I think it's on Showtime. I know I did. YouTube TV had like a special where for 2 months you could get Showtime and Stars for $1 a month, and I can't remember. I think it's Showtime. I watched a couple things on Showtime and Stars, but I just had to cancel it now. The 2 months were up. But like the Showtime and Stars, they probably aren't worth $11 a month for each, but they're definitely worth $1 a month. But yeah, I think it's worth doing a trial run of it to watch the show now. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.